Transforming your life through hypnotherapy has never been easier. With the help of your host, Julie from coachinghypnosis.net, and these power-packed minisodes, you're sure to find yourself engaging in more positive behaviors around both your physical and mental health. Here's your host, Julie.
G'day, it's Julie from coachinghypnosis.net, and you deserve to know how to use hypnosis to enhance your basketball skills, because people have had enough of being great and occasionally feeling insecure. And I'm not a therapist or psychotherapist, but this is my 10th year as a clinical hypnotherapist in strategic psychotherapy. I currently help my clients online. They change their life without changing out of their pajamas. And if you're ready to take your basketball game to new heights, well, it's time to hypnotize your way to the top. That's right. I'm talking about using hypnotherapy to enhance your basketball skills. And I could only imagine someone like you loves basketball, the vibes of street basketball. You love the dance of dribbling the ball, the skill of a three-pointer. You love hanging in your spare time. Maybe you can't even resist throwing balls of paper into a wastebasket or catching popcorn with your mouth, and you deserve to shoot the hoops you want to shoot every time. Hypnosis has had fabulous success with increasing dribbling scores, defensive scores, and three-point shooting scores, and speed shooting scores. And basketball's just like car accidents. When people crash in cars, they look at things they don't want to hit. Even in the desert, when people crush their cars, when there are no other cars on the road, maybe there's one telegraph pole every 500 meters and somehow the car hits the telegraph pole. Hypnosis allows you to focus on what you want to hit. There's no mistakes in hypnosis. You get a three-pointer every time. You dribble successfully every time. And your body, in turn, begins to hardwire itself to get those shots every time. And let me describe it another way. Hypnosis is like the TF-IDF transformer in natural processing language. Imagine you are asked to build a fake news detector, and you find all of the search traffic is going to realnews.russia, and that the website realnews.russia is outperforming NBC, Fox, and BBC. So you want to take a closer look and see if it's generating fake news. First, you want to tidy up all the words. You don't want your computer to flag words like if, that, but, the, is. So you eliminate all of these words with an inverse code and combine them together and tokenize. It's a bit like putting them into an invisible bag, so you can focus on the words that might prove it's fake news. You can remove anything that isn't essential to your peak performance in hypnosis. Hypnosis can also help you develop specific basketball skills such as improved coordination, better reaction times, and increased endurance. It can also help you to achieve and maintain peak performance levels and reduce mental stresses. But it's not just about attitude and mindset. Hypnosis can also help you deal with injuries and physical pain. By using hypnosis, you can learn to manage pain and minimize the effects of injuries. This can be especially beneficial for athletes who have to deal with chronic pain. Now, you might be thinking, but I'm not a professional basketball player. I just play for fun. That's perfectly fine. Hypnotherapy can still be beneficial for anyone looking to improve their basketball performance, build confidence, and enjoy the game even more. And it reminds me of a story about a basketball player who was the star of his team, but was having a terrible game. The game was very close to crunch time, and his team only needed one more shot. And if the shot was made, the team would win. And if missed, they would lose. In the final timeout, the coach asked who wants to take the final shot. And the guy who had played terribly all game volunteered. Even the coach asked, "Are you sure?" He said, "Get me the ball and I'll make the shot," in which he did, and his team won. Later, a reporter asked the guy, "After missing so many shots tonight, what made you think you could get this important shot at crunch time?" And the player responded, "Well, I'm a 55% shooter. I figured after missing that many, my odds were way up." And one of the famous hypnotherapist Milton Erickson's patients was an athlete whose sport was shot put. Through treatment, Erickson convinced the patient that there was only self-limits imposed to how far the shot put could be thrown. The school record for the shot put was 58 feet, a record that the patient fell short of with each attempt. Each time Erickson talked about the patient about this record, he encouraged the young man to believe that if a person could throw a shot put 58 feet, one could also throw it 58 feet and 1/16 of an inch. And every time Milton Erickson discussed the record, the potential distance would increase. Eventually, the patient broke the record and went on to win gold in the Olympics. Part of the method involved in this technique was marrying truisms with possibilities. For example, it was true the shot put had been thrown 58 feet, yet there was a possibility that it could be thrown further. This technique allowed the patient to believe in the possibility, and therefore he could be successful in breaking many records and winning many medals at the Olympic Games 3 separate times. Aaron Rodgers, who was once a quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, told a sports reporter at USA Today, "In 6th grade, a coach taught us about the importance of visualization. When I'm in a meeting or watching a film, lying in bed, before I go to sleep, I always visualize making those plays I made in the game. I had thought about, as I lay on the couch, visualize making them." Rodgers was also able to successfully spin out of 3 potential sacks in that game. Noting about those plays, I visualized the majority before I made them. Countless other professional athletes have also used mental rehearsal to stunning effect, including Tiger Woods, basketball star Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Jerry West, and basketball pitcher Roy Halladay, champion golfer Jack Nicklaus, wrote in his book, Golf My Way, "I never hit a shot, even in practice, without having in-focus picture of it in my head. It's like a colour movie. First I see the ball where I want it to finish, nice and white and shifting up high on the bright green grass. Then the scene quickly changes and I see the ball going there, its path, trajectory, shape, even the behaviour on the landing. Then there's sort of a fade out and the next scene shows me making the kind of swing that will turn the previous images into reality. And only at the end of this short, private Hollywood spectacular do I select a club and step up to the ball." And Dr. Joe Dispenza, in his book, You Are the Placebo, shares some great research. Dr. Dispenza got to work with neuroscientist Jeffrey Fannin, who has worked as part of the research team at Arizona State University using data gathered at the United States Military Academy, West Point. It allowed Professor Fannin to develop a course called The Neuroscience of Leadership. Apart from all of the fancy brain measuring equipment and decades of experience in chronic pain, anxiety, depression, trauma, recovery, and brain mapping for sports, it turns out when you're balanced, the brain is more balanced. When you criticize yourself over and over with insecurities, your brain becomes more chaotic. It's worth giving meditation a try if you want both halves of your brain to talk in a more unified fashion, and for the front and back of your brain, and for the left and right to be more unified, because unification means that you are feeling happier and more whole. And maybe you've read the study titled The Knee Surgery That Never Happened in Houston, when 10 volunteers who had served in the military all had osteoarthritis in their knee. They walked with canes and limped, and they were told they were about to have knee surgery to make it better. 5 received sham surgery, where the surgeon sliced their skin and sewed it back up with no surgery performed. 2 got actual surgery, and 3 got a different version of the real surgery, a water blasting version rather than a scraping version. And it turns out all 10 reported greater mobility and less pain. Even 6 months later, there was no difference. Your body can't tell the difference between real and imagined events. So keep telling yourself you're fabulous. Keep visualizing making all of those basketball moves, because you deserve to be the champion that you know you are. So here's a script called Basketball. Increase your ability to play. You are calm and relaxed. See yourself on the basketball court. Look at your opponents. Look how weak they are. The only one who can stop you is yourself. Do not let them steal the ball. They can't stop you. You easily dominate and control your guard. You easily dominate and control the person you're guarding. You notice all the minute changes in your balance your opponent makes. Therefore, you cannot be faked. Time slows down for you. And everyone's moving easily, incredibly slowly. But you pace yourself so you can play the entire game. The ball is an extension of yourself. See yourself making those difficult shots. Feel yourself making those difficult shots. They're easy now. When you step onto that court, you're calm, confident, and in control. If you become tired, nervous, or psyched out, touch your pinky finger with your thumb. Instantly, all emotions will be washed away. except a profound feeling of calm, confidence, and a sense of control. Also accompanying these feelings is a new burst of energy. Now return into the darkness. See your court, your opponents fading away. You are now once again floating into the peacefulness. Perfect. So what if you thought about basketball hypnosis differently? And what if you didn't? The choice is yours.